Welcome to the Last Resort Sugar Detox. This is a free online course to walk you through your sugar detox and teach you about sugar addiction. More importantly, it will teach you how to make sugar freedom a lifestyle and not the same old yo-yo diet. Make sure you download the free book below as it corresponds with the videos and you can follow along. If you found us somewhere in the middle of the video series, don't forget to go back to video number 1 and watch the whole series and subscribe for weekly updates. Now grab your free course guide by clicking the link below in the show notes. Here's your next video. Hi there, welcome back. You've made it all the way to the food plan section, and today we're going to discuss the what to eat. It's funny, and this is a quick commentary, if you will, that people always want to know, what do I, if I can't eat flour or sugar, what can I eat? I mean, really, what is there left? I mean, I can't have my pasta, I can't have my bread, you're taking away my desserts, what's left to eat? And I always tell them real food, okay? Real food. You can eat anything on the outer side of the grocery store, not in the middle, anything processed, forget about it, but you can eat any vegetables, fruit for a time, a little bit, try and go heavy on, no dried fruit or, bananas are real heavy sugar products. They've been hybridized too much, and they've got too much fructose in them for now. You may be able to come back, some people are able to come back, I was able to come back to them a little bit. So, but for now, meats and vegetables. If you're vegetarian, it's okay. It works. You can do this plan as a vegetarian, no problem. But you can't eat flour or sugar for a time, okay? And you see in the book, I'm not going to go over it. I'm going to read this list of the things that will be achieved by following the food plan. Just a few things. So you can develop healthy eating habits, reduce and eliminate your cravings, which is important. You're going to clear the mind and body of chemicals so you can that inhabit for healthy eating and positive thinking. You're going to heal the internal organs that have been kind of abused a little bit by so much sugar and flour. You're going to stabilize our blood sugar level. This is a big one, okay? And more importantly, we're going to gain self-confidence in what we eat, when we eat it, how we eat it, so that you feel comfortable moving into the future with this plan and with the way that you've chosen to live. So the main thing is, you'll see it all listed. The main idea is that you're making a strong delineation between food and drug foods, meaning foods with flour and foods with sugar in them. They've been reduced to white crystals. They've been processed so far that they literally take more from your body than they give. They're actually a drug that's been processed so far that it's no longer a food. So when I say food plan, I truly mean food. Healthy, whole, real food. Meats and vegetables and fruits and that kind of thing. So again, I'm not going to go through the entire list. There's a huge list. And there's also there's measurements. Now, quick side note, the food plan as it's written in the book, in your course materials, has weights, okay? Now personally, at the beginning, I didn't really believe the concept of volume eating as a trigger for possibly a binge or possibly maybe even, ingesting flour or sugar, that it could throw you off. But I've come to believe that it does. But as I said with the caffeine earlier, you may need a little sugar. You need to quit caffeine first and then use the sugar as its medically assisted detox. The volume at the beginning is not that important. Now, you may begin to have problems with that after a while, but what I'm getting at here is the measured stuff can be a little bit, it can't be huge, it can't be a lot different. But if you're out in a restaurant, you don't have to bring your scale with you or anything. What I've found is people who are diligent about not using flour and sugar and follow the food plan. I mean, there's a list in there of the sugars. Before I go on, let me just kind of address that quickly. The biggest culprit And we do this all the time. We trace people back to how did, I got cravings. And so let's go backwards a little bit. And we find something that snuck in there, a ketchup that had sugar in it, a salad dressing that had sugar in it. So they actually got a pretty big hit of sugar in their salad dressing or in their ketchup or in their whatever, their condiment or some other food product, barbecue sauce out in a restaurant. You can't, none of that is safe for you right now. And what happens is, once you get that ingestion, if you've got a week or so, you're going to start craving even stronger, more sugar again, and you're going to fall off of your plan. So you've got to be very diligent, read labels, and be very diligent in your, your abstinence from sugar and flour, and stick to the food plan as it's written. Again, volume or weights and measures, they're important, and I think eventually you'll want to have a set plan for it. But at the beginning, you may want to fudge that a little bit and then start moving on. I would say by the first month, you're going to want to settle in and do the food plan as written. But in the first month, I think it would be okay, I know it would be okay, for you to just concentrate on not eating flour and sugar in your diet, in your food products. If you can accomplish that and eat the stuff as it's written, I think you're going to be I know that you're going to have a lot of success, okay? So anyway, let's talk really quick about the measurements. It goes into the food plan as written, shows you a lot of what to have for breakfast, what to have for lunch, what to have for dinner. And the main word here, the key concept here is preparation. You need to be prepared to handle just about any situation, okay? Which means occasionally you're going to have to be carrying your food somewhere. Now, a lot of people get really upset with this concept of, carrying your food to another dinner or someone else's house or whatever. What I suggest you possibly eat your dinner first, and then just eat the things that that are safe for you when you get there. Okay, there's a lot of different tricks, and if you jump on the Facebook group, you'll be able to see some of the things and the questions that people ask in that regard. Okay, another concept people are always asking me about is recipes. What can I eat? What different recipes? Well, honestly, we're going to have a recipe book coming out. Obviously, this is kind of part of what we do. But for now, I want you to just understand that if you just modify any recipe to eliminate flour and sugar from it, you're going to be fine, okay? Follow the guidelines of the things that are safe for you to eat, but please just eliminate the flour and the sugar from them, and try after the first month to follow the weights and measures, okay? I would try right from the beginning if you can. But, at the beginning, some people are going to seem like they're not full. They're going to seem like they're not eating enough. So eating a little bit more is not going to kill you as long as you are walking yourself through the withdrawals. One of the things I do want to stress is it's just not about the food, folks. It really isn't. If you can stick to real food and stick to the things that are on the list that we provided for you, you're going to do just fine. We're going to go into, over the next few sections, exactly what the real deal is, which is, how do I feel after I eat, before I eat, that kind of thing. A couple more things about the food plan. One is beverages. Quite honestly, milk, water, that kind of stuff, non-caffeinated tea. The days of you drinking diet sodas, I don't really believe in diet sodas. I think that you'll see it on the list that diet anything is really just a trigger, and all of the chemicals in it may be worse in instigating cravings than sugar itself, is what many studies have found. Okay, so I would eliminate all kinds. The idea of snacking too, the idea of like beverages between meals besides water, and beverages, snacking of all kinds. I think it's just for a time period. If you just want to really kind of delve into yourself, make this important to you, that snacking of any kind, like what are the snacks I can have? Really in this program, I would suggest you don't have any snacks, okay? Meaning you eat your breakfast, you eat your lunch, and you eat your dinner. For a time, try and retrain yourself that this idea of snacking just probably is not effective for you or is not serving you well, okay? The snacking was probably the last thing. I want to kind of stress a little bit that, and I don't want to be mean but it may be time to try something different, if you will. Maybe try something that wasn't, that didn't, you weren't having success before while you were snacking and maybe drinking diet sodas or what have you. Let's just try for a time period to eat your breakfast, eat your lunch, eat your dinner, and let's see what happens, okay? Come on back, we're going to have journaling next. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to download the free guide below and follow along. Just follow along in the series as the episodes are all clearly marked. If the next episode is not up yet, then make sure you subscribe so we can notify you when it drops.